grapes.
But we are having one of your famous dishes. It really is that your family loves it. Your When Calls the Heart family loves it.
They do.
Yeah, these are your arancinis.
This is my arancini, and it comes from my world famous risotto, which I make all the time.
World
but I
famous
always
risotto.
world famous.
Yeah.
Within my house anyway, and and I always make a ton extra so I can make this because this is one of my favorite meals. The first time I made this for my wife, she took a bite, she put it down, she goes, "Why haven't you made this before?"
Really, it's that good. When you're not overselling it. I'll tell you what. There's somebody else who loves it just as much. Take a look at this.
You're in for a real treat today. Kavan's making his risotto, which I've had before. It's delicious. And Kavan, good luck. Hopefully it turns out better than the gnocchi. Maybe I shouldn't mention that.
Ouch!
What happened with your gnocchi?
Okay. That's very funny.
I know, we got you.
So at the last party that we had, and I always do the cooking, I tried to make gnocchi, but I try to keep the flour down as much as I can to make them as light as possible. I made them at home, and I flash froze them. I came back, I put too many in the pot at once. The pot wasn't hot enough, and they turned into just slime.
Aww.
So when no one was looking, I just popped them right out, and I said, "Anybody ready for chicken?" Chicken's ready.
Well, not today. We're going to use your leftover risotto and make your delicious arancini.
Okay.
So you get to it.
Okay. Very simple.
Also, I'd like to welcome Katie Stevens from the Bold Type to our calendar. We'll be speaking with you in just a little bit. We're so excited to have you here.
I'm here for the food.
Yes, of course.
Yeah, exactly. As is Alejandra Schrader, Master Chef finalist, joining us. So you're making something that sort of looks like this a little bit later.
Yeah, we have a theme going.
I know, it's a theme. All right, you guys dig in, and we're going to get started.
Okay, back to me.
Yes, back to you.
Okay, so very easy. We're just going to take our leftover risotto, which is nice and congealed. Doesn't sound good, but you throw your parm in.
Congealed is not a good word when you're talking about delicious food.
But you need it to be congealed so it holds together well. And we'll drop our egg in there. And all you're going to do is you're going to mix this up together. The egg binds it together. So the idea really is that it's going to be a lot like making a burger, basically.
But is it important to have old risotto? Could you use the risotto that you've made that night, or you want it to really?
You can, but risotto, when you serve it, you want it to be fairly loose. So you could cook it right up and thicken it up and then go at it, but the longer it gets to sit, the easier it'll stay in the ball shape.
I see.
So this is basically kind of what we're looking for. Now it gets a little dirty.
There.
Yeah, this whatever risotto you make the day before is fantastic. They just add to the arancini. So you're going to take a ball of this, about the same amount that you would put on a burger.
Wow, that's a big arancini.
Well, you need the size.
I want it that big.
You did. You did.
I wish it was bigger.
No. Okay, so basically, there you go. You make like a patty type size.
Okay.
Now you're going to add our bocconcini ball.
Bocconcini, okay.
Right in the middle.
Explain what bocconcini is.
Bocconcini is a very fancy way of saying mozzarella cheese. Now there's all sorts of different sizes, and they have different names and stuff, but I can't pronounce any of them anyway. So there's just little size, medium size, and big size. These are about medium. So you're going to close that up over your bocconcini like that. So it goes in there. It's a little pocket of love, just like so.
You could even put two in there if you want.
Oh, you can. You know what? Wild. But you can also, what I usually do is I'll do sun-dried tomatoes or some Italian sausage on the inside as well. So there you go. We pop that on the side, and that is our little bocconcini ready to be dredged.
Yes, so now we have to dredge it, the all-important dredge, because this is where, I mean, the risotto is going to get crispy, but not as crispy as it would get without the double.
Oh, yeah, no, absolutely. You got to do this stuff.
Okay,
So let's set up a little station.
It's a triple dredging situation.
It's always a triple. So you want to put some flour on first because the egg's got to have something to stick to. Now, I could use these, but because we just made it, it might fall apart. So I'm going to go back to using my hands.
Yeah, the best
It's a little messy, but we're just going to dredge it up with the flour
just
like this.
Regular flour?
I just use regular flour, but you could probably use almost anything you wanted.
Okay.
Pop some of the excess off like that.
Right.
This gives the egg something to stick to. And you just work it around in a circle like that, and then we go from that station. This is so fun.
And for those of you at home who might be wondering how in the world is Kavan Smith such an amazing actor, such a wonderful Renaissance man, and an amazing chef, your nanny was trained at the Cordon Bleu.
She was.
Wow.
She was a Cordon Bleu chef.
And she used to act at the Royal Academy in London.
Stop it.
No, I'm joking. That part, that was too far.
Oh my gosh.
She taught me everything I know.
Okay, so now we put this in the refrigerator.
Yes, we need to put that in the refrigerator for at least 30 minutes so it gets a chance to set. Otherwise, when we pop it into the deep fryer, we're out of luck. But
and look what happens in the refrigerator. It makes two.
Magic. You put one in, two come out, and they're ready to roll. So we're going to take our lovely little arancini and we're going to
Okay.
pop them right into the fryer, just like that. They
Just like
set
that.
nicely,
And
we're going
what
to pop
kind
them in.
of oil are you using?
I usually use canola, but now I feel bad because I think maybe we should use something healthier. So you could use grapeseed.
And how hot does it have to be?
I like it at 350. So you put
Okay.
it at 350. I usually like 8 to 12 minutes. You want it nice dark brown on the outside, and hopefully the matzah in the middle is nice and molten and perfecto maglecto.
Did we oil shame you?
Yeah, I do feel somewhat oil shamed. It's California. I gotta be ready to roll.
Is
So
there
we just
a specific fryer for this?
I have a Dutch oven that I usually use. I don't have a fryer myself because if I had one of these, I'd be cooking beignets
Yeah,
and donuts
I was gonna
and
say.
churros all the time. So we just so happen, magic again.
Oh, look at that.
Look at those. Oh, they're beautiful. You put them in the oven. After they come out of the fryer, you put them in the oven to keep warm until all your arancini are done. You make a
Okay.
batch of like 10 or 12. Otherwise, the mozz on the inside may not be molten.
Okay.
So now we're
Now,
gonna
what
go.
are we gonna? Is that just a regular tomato sauce?
Well, there's nothing regular about what I do.
Oh.
No.
Oh,
My goodness.
oh, I'm sorry. I've jumped the gun.
Killing me.
You got Kevin all riled
Yeah, this is
up.
fancy plating here. So,
right.
any red
This is
sauce.
French fancy plating.
Yeah. You make your best red sauce. You pop it down on the bottom like that. You stir it around a little
the
bit.
sauce on the bottom, and then
Exactly, because then you can see the
The beauty,
arancini, and then
yeah.
you don't soak the coat as well. You want to keep that crust nice like that, and then we're going to add, just for a little bit of extra flair, we're going to add just a little, spot a little bit of pesto on it. Just
You're
give it
amazing.
that extra little love on the side.
Now I understand why your co-stars love you cooking dinner for them all the time.
Well, they don't really let me, I just take over. It's supposed to be a combined effort, but I really just do everything myself. A little bit of parm, a little bit of parsley, dig in.
Wow. Okay, wait a minute.
Okay, we'll dig in. That's what I meant. We'll dig in. Are we going to get lucky on the molten?
Let's see. Oh, look
Yes.
at that. Do you see that melted cheese?
Perfect.
That's perfect.
All
I
right.
love that this is kind of like a chicken parmesan, but I can't have chicken.
Oh, okay,
So
there you go.
for us who cannot,
Absolutely.
this is so amazing as a vegetarian dish.
Thank you. It's quite tasty.
It is quite tasty.
All right. My wife, first time.
Good job.
You need to open a restaurant. This is delicious. Wow. I mean, dare I say that's even better than the crepe.
Is it really?
I can't believe that's even better than the crepe.
Oh,
This
God.
is delicious. For the full recipe, you all please visit hallmarkchannel.com.